Hello everyone, my name is Nilendra and today I'm just explaining you a very basic example of Vue.js. Everyone has talked about Angular and React now, right? But Vue.js is, you can say that is a very good competitor for React and Angular. But also Vue.js I personally like because the ecosystem of the Vue.js is quite easy and the documentations and the community and overall package you can say that of this particular framework is very easy to understand and very scalable as well. Now, Vue.js is something which is just a progressive JavaScript framework. It uses the concept of this model view model, and this is something which is introduced by Vue in 2014. And progressive, I mean, let me simplify you. For example, if the model is updated, right, the browser HTML is also updated. So this is something you can understand it very easily. And yes, obviously, it is using the concept of single source of truth because there is some data involved, right? And now, without wasting the time, let's start the very basic example of Vue.js. So now I'm just saving this particular file. Okay. So I'm using a simple HTML file. So I have to use a simple, let's say that, type HTML. So I'm writing it from the scratch. You can see that. It's very easy for you to understand. So there's some add section. Now there's some body. Alright. So I'm writing the title. Use example. Now, before going to start, I just want to tell you that I'm not telling you how to use the CLI as of now to utilize the features of the Vue.js or to create the component or something like that. I'm just telling you a very basic example. So I want you to use the script, this particular library, which is already available in the documentation of the Vue.js official documentation. So I'm doing nothing. I'm just importing this particular script in my HTML file, right? So I just put it inside the add section. You can put it somewhere in the body as well. But just doing something like that. So let's start. So I'm just creating the ID over there. And this particular ID I'm going to utilize as an element. And inside this, we are doing you do the binding. But before going to jump there, I want you to create the instance on this particular view. Okay, so for example, I'm creating the instance. So if you know the basic JavaScript, right, so you can easily understand all this. Now there is an element that we have to use. So as you can see that with the help of new keyword, I create the instance of this view. And now what I'm doing, this is the element, right? So we have to bind this element with this. For example, I'm using the ID, right? So I have to mention this particular name here now. As I mentioned that there is a data. So inside the data, for example, I'm writing message. Okay, now I'm binding this message here. Alright. So basically, Vue.js is something which mainly utilize the features of the Angular and React, the good features you can say that. And this particular framework is very easy to understand as well. So I did nothing. I just import the library, create the instance, mention the name of the element which I'm just putting here, right? inside the data. What I'm doing, I'm just put the message, the text, right? So let's see now what will happen. I'm try to run this. I directly click on this, and now you can see that the data is available here, right? So let's see. For example, if I'm doing some change here in the text, I just replace world with India. Okay. So let's try to run this. So, so as you can see that Namaste India is coming, right, instead of world. So you can see that that's really cool and easy to utilize the uh, features of the view. Now, this is a very basic example. Now I'm telling you something. For example, I'm just putting this inside the h1 tag. Okay, telling you how to utilize. Before going to tell you the list, so there are some directives available on the view as well. For example, we are using p as a directive here, and to achieve the data binding, I'm doing just like we have in the Angular, we have engine model, right? Here we have V model. We should be, I think, it has to be captain. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm trying to find this. Okay, this message here inside the V model. So if I'm doing any change in this particular input, so it is going to be reflected there, right? So let's see what will happen. So as you can see, the North India is coming, right? So when I try to do any change, it's going to be reflected there. So this is something which is a you can see that the data binding approach, right? And this is a reactive approach. You can say that. So this is something which I have to show you now. We don't have that much time. So quickly, I'm just trying to tell you the list thing as well. So as you can see that we are using the directive V model. So similarly, we have some other directives also available in the Vue framework. So right now I'm using nothing. I'm just using the for directives of the Vue. Okay. Before going to utilize it, I have to create a list here. So I created a list, and inside the list, created some text such as Angular. Vue. So now we have to enter this list here inside this using data in list. Let's try to find it. Then the curly braces, we have to write data dot text. Okay, so let's see what will happen. So as you can see that the list is rendered here. Okay, so yeah, so this is something which is a very basic example of the view. In my next video, I'll try to cover up how to create the components. So thank you so much for watching it. Have a nice day. Thank you.